Hey, I'm back, and I thought today I would go ahead and do a flip through of my December daily album. So let's go ahead and get started. This is my cover, and I just did a piece of vellum with gold polka dots, and the thickers in a gold stripy look with some wood grain thickers and a snowflake. It was that simple, and you can kind of see the picture on the next page. Now, I have printed these temporarily, the big pictures. I need to get ink for my Epson printer. I just got a wide Epson printer from a friend of mine, wide format, and it doesn't have enough ink in it to print these pictures off. But I went ahead and just printed this on cheap cardstock to stick them in there. That way I know what pictures I need when I go to print them. And then this is my reason why, and I'll go ahead and read this to you. My word for the season is stable, and our year has been really chaotic. My husband had a partial knee replacement in July, and before that we sold our church building, which meant that the parsonage was sold as well, and which meant that not only were we having to move the church, but we were having to move us as well. So stable is my theme for the season, and I was reflecting on Jesus being born in a stable, and how he, was born in the midst of cow poop and farm animal noise, and was laid in a manger, which is where they eat out of, and laid on hay for his bed. And if his stability was so chaotic, I want to be able to tap in to his stability for this season. So this is what I wrote. This is our first Christmas in the Schoon Road farmhouse, and I can't wait for all of the magic of Christmas to take place in our borrowed 100-year-old home. Isaac is 7 this year. He found out a few months ago the truth behind Santa Claus. I have to admit I cried. It was another moment marking his childlike innocence slowly disappearing, and his awareness to the world around him becoming just a little more real. I wish he could stay in that state of innocence forever, but with his maturity comes new admiration for the little man he is becoming. This year, his focus has been more on keeping the magic of Christmas alive for his little sister. He is also starting to grasp the true meaning of Christmas in Jesus. He is doing a daily devotional and is fearless in sharing the love of Christ with anyone who will listen. Abby has a heart for Christmas. She is 3 this year, and I don't think I've ever seen a little girl with more magic and Christmas cheer. She is a perfectly wrapped, beautiful bundle of cuteness which cannot be contained. Literally. She is a force that cannot be stopped, but half of the time you don't want to stop her because she is such a gift. Cameron and I have had a long, rough year. We started this year off with the sale of our old church building, which left our future very unstable. As a result of the sale, that meant we needed to find a new home as well. We were blessed with the Schoon Road farmhouse, and were almost immediately able to move in post-sale. 1 month later, Cameron had a partial knee replacement, and our summer was spent in intensive recovery, resting at home. Cameron is still recovering, but has less pain than he's had in years, and when I see him chasing the kids around, even for a brief moment, my heart fills with joy as I watch his recovery journey. With our Christmas year so full of instability, my hope for this Christmas season is to be able to experience Christ in the midst of chaos. I think it's fitting for us as we are learning to rely on his stability instead of our own. And after all, he was born in a stable. So I just added this little ornament. It says, "Hello, December." It was a DIY. I just took a circle punch and then my hexagon punch, and I cut out the hexagon part in half, I think. Punched a tiny little hole in that, and yeah, I thought it was cute. Here's our home, and it's all white and wintry right now. And we have this like beautiful partial wraparound porch right on the front with these dormers. Seriously, this house is like my dream house. And so I did like this little journaling card. It says home sweet home, I'll be home for Christmas tree. And I journaled that. We decorated the day after Thanksgiving, or no, we decorated Thanksgiving night because we were sick and we had to cancel our plans for that day. Abby was running a crazy temperature, so we put up our tree and made the most of it. Here's a picture of the bottom of the tree, and it's perfect because Abby likes to take off the ornaments and put them back on the tree. We don't decorate like super fancy. Everything that we have is like kid friendly to play with. I love it when they come and they play with ceramic houses and pretend like it's their own little village and use their imagination. I'm not a big like fancy decorator. I want my kids to think that the magic of Christmas is more important than breaking something, I guess. Okay, so for day 2, we went out and started stacking our 3 cords of wood, and I was just so proud of Abby not wanting to give up on pulling the wood to where we needed to stack it. And so I kind of made this about believing in herself, and so I put this little sticker, she believed she could, so she did. Believe in yourself, you amaze me. And there's all of these little pictures in these 2x2 pockets that totally capture her just trying and then stopping and looking at it and then trying again. And I called it Yule Logs because we had just a ton of logs, so I thought that that was appropriate. And today's also the day that I opened up my first advent calendar from my pen pal, Kira. Then on day 3, we had family over, and it was just so much fun. We usually go and visit down in Portland to go see everybody. But this year they came to our house, and we went to the train station, took a like really short train ride to go see Santa at the North Pole. And this one was it's so much fun because we had like the kids were up in the caboose top loft part, and Aunt Linda got up there with Abby. Aunt Linda is my husband's great aunt, which makes her our children's great aunt, so we call them the greatest. And Abby and I were crafting, and we took some tape and we taped our noses up so we kind of looked like pigs, and we ran around the train station looking like that. It was just such a fun day, and Abby's here just kind of dancing and playing. So much fun. And then I used this 3, which was backing for an embellishment pack that I had gotten from somewhere. I thought, you know, it's perfect. It's slap that in the binder and call it good. Put this little tab on. It says all together. We get this picture taken every year at the train station as kind of like our holiday picture, and it was so appropriate. This was like the last picture that was taken. We were trying to get a good picture of everybody. It wasn't happening. And this was like, okay, we're giving up. Give the kids a kiss. Cameron was tickling Isaac, and then our sister was snapping pictures still. And this one turned out to be my favorite. So it was perfect. And then here the kids are opening up the door to the train station for the first time. They're kind of playing on some train tracks here. And here Abby is with Daddy looking at the miniature trains going around, and she's super excited because there's Thomas. And here's brother and sister playing at the train station. Sorry, my kids are going crazy today. And now the dog is going nuts. Alright, so the next part, we ended the day. We did our little, our small town has a farm lighted implement parade where they literally dress up tractors and manure spreaders, because we live in a farming town, with Christmas lights. And it is like, this is the thing, and it's been featured in like the Travel Channel, some magazines of like small town Christmases, and it was so much fun. But my favorite part was Aunt Kinsey, my husband's little sister. They're like 9 years apart, and I've been a part of her life since she was 7. And so really, like, we're sisters, we're family, and we don't get together very often, and she's now just like at this age where family is becoming more and more important. You know, she's out of college and whatnot. So this was just super special to see her being auntie to her niece and her nephew. Yeah, totally one of my favorites for the holidays. So here's day number 4. This was a really fuzzy picture, and I didn't like it plain, so I just did the app to it, and it turned out really great. So this was Sunday, and on Sundays I'm the worship leader and Cameron's the pastor, so we're pretty tired by the end of Sunday. Also, we're big Seahawks football fans, and if the game is on, nobody bother us, because we're both going to be loud and cheering for our Hawks. We are definitely the 12th man. So Sundays are for Jesus, dancing, and Seahawks, because Abby was dancing in front of the TV, and you can kind of see the Seahawks there in the TV. And then this is our congregation. Half of our congregation is in our living room, and it's just so much fun this time of the season for our church. And here's day number 5. We did some cookie baking, and so I just put this little white acetate over the top of a picture of the cookies that the kids had made. And this is like the first time where I'm going, I'll, help you make it, but they totally rolled it up and put it on the cookie sheet, and I pulled it out of the oven. So it was like, yeah, less work for me. And this was the first time that I had done like an actual layout spread, not just pocket pages. And that was super fun for me, because this is how I like to scrapbook, is with layouts. So day number 6, it started snowing outside, and it was nighttime. So I did that same app, which gave it this filter that kind of looked like snowflakes because I couldn't catch them. And then I put some little gold stickers in there to make it look like, more snowflakes. And so we had just gone outside to catch snowflakes in our mouths. I got another vellum piece in here. Day 7, I did a tutorial on how to make shaker embellishment, and it looks like a little snow globe, so I can link that down below if you haven't seen it yet. And this is a picture of the hills behind our house. And usually, like, when they start to get hit snow, that means that it's coming our way really quickly. And I grabbed a little snap on my phone of the weather for this week, and it's just snow, 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 snow. We still have snow on the ground. This was on the 7th, and today is what, the 19th?